very good chance the Gophers will see a different Fighting Sioux team tonight. Even though they are 9-9, they have won their last 4 straight games, all on the road, including the championship of the Great Lakes Invitational.
And this is against Michigan State, no slouch hockey club. Buczynski, the freshman with 7 goals, comes up big here. And that's 2 overtime wins in a row, one against Michigan, one against Michigan State.
Tim Scarperud will also have a big weekend with 5 points. He's on the ice tonight. He was the GLI Most Valuable Player and also the Player of the Week in the WCHA. So as you might expect, when the green and white and the maroon and gold gather in one building, it gets a little contentious, it gets a little spirited. Watch out for those blindside hit, folks. We'll have the face-off after the Hardy's game plan. Welcome back to Mariucci Arena, along with Clay Matvick and Doug Woog. I'm Frank Mazzacco. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday night. And our referee, Don Adam, about ready to call the 2 center icemen together. John Pohl, Tim Scarperud, both most valuable players in the respective tournaments last week. The Mariucci Classic for Pohl and Scarperud with the GLI. And from the face-off, the Fighting Sioux dump it in, and Adam Hauser is there to play it around. At the far point, it is blocked by Andy Schneider. He played it in, but it's intercepted. Raced to center ice by Jeff Tafe. Hits the Fighting Sioux line, gets it to Mary Talix in for a shot, comes down off the glass. And Pohl goes after it on the far boards, got it to Tafe. Tafe now to the slot, lines it up, and the shot was right on. And Tafe found that open spot, Doug. The sea parted for him, and a great scoring chance.
Looked like it make Mille Lacs.
Let's go to Dodge as they give us a look at our starting goaltenders, and this could be quite a story before the year is over. Josh Seimbida, he is a freshman. He has been with the team since December 27th. He won the championship game at the GLI. He is from Porcupine, Ontario, which is up there a ways. And Adam Hauser in goal for the Golden Gophers, who has a career record of 2-8-3 against the Fighting Sioux. Only 1 win here on home ice. Has a great chance again for Tafe. And Seimbida makes the save. It's flipped to center and played away by Minnesota's Judd Stevens. He'll have to go back, but they beat him to the puck. A great rush on the side by Ryan Hale. And then he ran into Paul Martin. Boy, did Hale turn on the Jets and had Judd Stevens spinning there. Here's Stevens with the puck again. Back cross ring to Paul Martin. Now out to center ice. Talix in the soft one-touch pass to Tafe. Great move! And a shot through the crease. What a move Jeff Tafe put on in the high slot. That was 3 of them on that one shift for Jeff Tafe. Now Matt Kowalska with a shot. And that is off the knee of the freshman Matt Jones. 3 freshmen on the defense for the Fighting Sioux. They're all playing on the right side. Andy Schneider, Matt Jones, and Nick Fuhrer. And Dean Blaze tells us that those 3 freshmen have been his most pleasant surprises collectively of the season. Now Dodge gives us a look at the home goalie, Adam Hauser, playing with great confidence and only 2 losses this year.
Had a great December, very good November, got better in October. The whole thing is an upward trend.
Yep. Playing with great confidence, great relaxation, and we're told that even in the dressing room he has loosened up a bit. Right from the face-off, Troy Riddle with a shot that hits a skate. Now it's back in the corner and driven around, but a block at the line by Joe Martin. And now back out at center, and they have to get the puck away from Brandon Buczynski, the former Blaine Bengal, as he was up jumping on that puck in a hurry. The Fighting Sioux have got some magic in their skates here early in this game. Here's Buczynski dropping it off. Now Ryan Conley was tied up. They'll play it around. Troy Riddle to pick it up for the Gophers, and he drops it back to defenseman Nick Angel. Cross to the far side. His partner for tonight, Joe Martin. Kicked ahead by Riddle. Breakaway. Rolling puck. Shot! The goal! Troy Riddle! Gophers with the lead at 1:57.
Welcome back, Chad Mazurek. You got toasted on that one.
Chad Mazurek out for 5 games with an injury, but Troy Riddle throwing some excitement into his skates. And the first goal on the scoreboard.
Great cross-ice pass. And what Riddle did so well, he cut inside the seam. That was Martin. See, he cut inside the seam like a post pattern in football. Went upstairs with his shot. Boom. Boy, that's his 2nd goal in about 8 or 9 games, Frank. It's a big one.
Indeed it is, and a big one personally for Troy Riddle, who only had 1 goal in his previous 12 games coming into tonight's action. Minnesota with the 1-0 lead, and it was a 200-foot goal, starting with 2 passes from the 2 defensemen, Angel and Joe Martin, who will get the assist. Those passes coming from behind the goal line. Now from center ice, it's shot in by Brian Kennedy. And a check thrown on the play by Rory McMahon. McMahon, part of this very large freshman class. There are 10 of them on this trip, 9 of them dressed here tonight. And from center ice, Andy Schneider shot it to the Minnesota line. And in the midst of a couple of line changes, the delayed offside is waved off. Here's Jordan Leopold ahead to center off a couple of sticks before it's gathered in by David Hale. Laid up on the far side and rejected by Jake Fleming. Back to get it is Tim Scarperud, the junior from Grand Forks. Golden Gophers have scored 15 goals in the first 10 minutes of games this year. They typically, under Don Lucia, have answered the bell quite well in his now 4th season. It's played by Scarperud. It gets away. John Weibel to pick it up for Minnesota. And then his pass was deflected. He fanned on it a bit as well, and Matt Jones was in his face. Now to center ice. James Mason to bring it in. The drop to Scarperud. The shot right on. And Adam Hauser makes that save on the first Fighting Sioux shot on goal of the game. We'll give you a look at the series history, which dates back to the 1930s. I think 1931 was the first game. The Gophers have the edge with 123 victories. Last season, they were only 1-2-1, however, and North Dakota has dominated the last 17 meetings. Actually, I think that is the combined record of the senior classes on the ice tonight, 11-3-1 in favor of North Dakota.
Things have a tendency to change, and I think right now we're in a momentum swing.
In terms of
Minnesota starting to having a little movement on the player personnel, a little bit older right now, and I think a little stronger hockey club right now. And
everybody else is hoping that this is just a shallow breath for maybe more than a shallow breath, but it very easily could just be a little bit of a breath for the Fighting Sioux, have won 4 of the last 5 conference titles. They have not been out of the picture for long, much at all. Great pass to Tafe. He hits the post. Somebody better find Jeff Tate coming down the middle. It's the 3rd time tonight. Plus the goal by Riddle on a breakaway coming up the middle as well. 4-minute mark of the period. Tafe alone has had 3 great scoring chances, and Talixon flips it in. Scarper, now Aaron Sneekloff back to get it. He is in his senior year and on a bit of a goal streak himself. To the Minnesota line, they work it to David Lundberg, and that shot was tipped to the corner and then centered back up the middle. Chad Mazurek through the screen. Big save by Hauser. That was a tough one, and he made the glove catch. So Troy Riddle gets the Golden Gophers on the board with the 25th goal of his career. Back in a moment.
Well, Tafe got a great pass from the right side as Talixon or Pohl couldn't pick that up, but came in and rang his shot off the pipe. That was his 4th great opportunity, 3 in the first shift and 1 right there.
Here's Bochenski in the slot, but he couldn't control the puck in heavy traffic, and it's played by Stevens off the glass and out of the zone, and back to get it the freshman Nick Fuhr. Fuhr also from the great city of Grand Forks. Now Brandon Bochenski to center. Scarperud. Ryan Connolly comes back for it. And in a tangle of skates, it slides into the corner where Bochenski is tied up by Paul Martin. Matt Kowalska takes the check on the play. And it's flipped by Judd Stevens back out at center. They flip it in again now. Martin after it. And a pass to the line was tipped. Martin blocked at the line by Hale, and they throw it in deeper. Ryan Kennedy rolls it up the middle. Here's Kennedy to pick it up and play it to the point. They're forced to the line. The shot is deflected. Stevens couldn't clear. Off a couple of skates and finally to Riddle, and he has to reach for it and then throw it in the air to get it out of the zone. Hale firing it in. Riddle with the interception. Now too far or too high for McKinnon, perhaps both. Ryan Beta with a drop pass. It's brought ahead by Andy Schneider. He gains the zone by dumping it in. Angel behind the net. And Pat O'Leary over to get it for the Golden Gophers. Off the glass. It bounces back to Hale at center. He's pressured by Smogard. And Joe Martin will go back to get it. And Martin is looking pretty steady here with the extra playing time dumped back on defense.
Great pass he made to Riddle. That'll help his playing time.
Now this puck gets airborne and then deflected. It leaves the ice, and a face-off will be coming up. Tuesday, the Minnesota Wild's 2nd season continues. Reds. Pretty good good pace to this one so far.
Yeah, I was surprised. Both teams have used their fourth lines twice already. I thought it'd be a three-line game. I'm wrong already, Frank. It's a four-line game.
This is Angel behind the net. And actually, if both coaches had their druthers, they would rather play a four-line game, would they not?
Yeah, but you look at the numbers in the fourth lines, it's just not prolific. They don't score a lot, and you're going to have to score some goals. Go for their average over 4.5. Means, whoa, be a tripping here.
Wendell tripped up, sent sprawling. A delayed penalty coming up on Jones from behind the net. Here's Weibel up the middle. Long shot by Paul, rebound, and the Fighting Sioux get control, and then the whistle goes. A big-time trip out at center ice, and Don Adams spotted that one. The Gophers with a 1-0 lead. They'll go to the power play here.
So that definitely was a good call by Adams. It was a knee, could have been dangerous. Coach Blaze said 3 penalties maximum for the game. That's what they need to keep it at. They've got their one.
There's a block by Jordan Leopold. They go across. Now to Martin. Down low to Pohl, to Martin again. Pohl rifles it around on the boards to Tafe. Quickly to Leopold. Down low to Pohl. Tees it up. Can't. And it's flipped out of the zone by the Fighting Sioux. Power play for the Gophers, second best in the WCHA, converting a third of their chances. And the penalty kill, not good at all. 7th for the Fighting Sioux in the conference at about 77%.
A lot of youth, Frank. A lot of youth.
Oh, yeah.
And the goaltending has not been consistent.
Tate down low, and it gets away from the defenseman, Paul Martin. Martin reacting behind the line. Great pass to Tate. His shot takes off, and it leaves the rink. We'll find out if it was tipped or not. 9 losses this year. Clay Matvick, that's quite unusual for the Fighting Sioux.
That's right, fellas. The Sioux have won 4 straight, but they've already suffered 9 losses, so 9's not fine for this club. Take a look at this. That's more than they've had in any of the 4 previous seasons. And talking with Gopher senior Eric Wendell tonight, he said, this is the year we can win every game against North Dakota. This group of seniors has never done that, and fellas, they smell blood.
Well, he got to win one first here.
Well, they got one in October.
Yeah, but that one doesn't count.
Well, sure it counts.
Okay, it counts. Find those points in the standings, will you?
Not in the conference standings, but in the big picture, it was not an exhibition game.
Oh, it's a moral victory. It's a W. That's right.
It'll count in strength of schedule and all those other things.
I think you're more correct than I was.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why do I have to draw that out of you every time? I'm not sure.
You have to come out every time.
Oh, yes! My goodness! Maybe they haven't realized he's on the line chart for tonight. Jeff Tate has had a marvelous first period with many chances. Here he gives Minnesota the 2-0 lead.
He could have 5 goals already, Frank. He's had 5 great scoring opportunities, and he buries this one on a great pass from Johnny Pohl. Power play back and alive. Watch a great pass with Johnny Pohl. This is a one-time timing shot. Seimbida couldn't get there.
Now, you're not going to fault him on either of those 2 goals. He's already made, Doug, as you said, a couple of fine saves on tape, but that was perfectly placed. Right now, they're going to give Pohl 1 assist on that one, the first assist, and Patulny will get the second assist as Johnny Pohl picks up number 12 this year. I beg your pardon, that'll be Jeff Tate picking up number 17 this year, the 39th of his career. Hauser there to sweep it away. Flips it back in. Weibel brings it up ice as Patulny was knocked down, and Weibel slips it in. Seimbida behind the net. Jones nurses it around. Wendell reaching forward. He gets it. Wendell then was checked, and Sneakloff got it. Now Pochenski tries a relay pass to Ryan Connolly, and then he flips it down the rink, and the Fighting Sioux will make a change on the fly.
Frank, you can tell it's the new goaltender in town. He hasn't even got the right color pants on yet. He's waiting for FedEx to deliver them. Or UPS or whoever, but he hasn't quite got the full flow with the green and white yet.
From center, they shoot it in. Hauser there to bat it away. And a loose puck takes a hop to Riddle. 3-on-2 Gophers to center. Patulny brings it in. And it's offside at the blue line. There is Seimbida. There's a red pad. The other side, if you look at the face of it, it shows black.
Those are Waterloo, I think. That's the Blackhawks colors.
And Andy Cole in his senior year out of Winnipeg, was thought to be the sure answer for this team at the start of the year. Dean Blaze has said repeatedly he is not giving up. He has not lost confidence in Kohler and hopes that Kohler doesn't lose confidence in himself. But he got shelled in that first game as Adam Hauser did.
Coming into the year, he had the best UMD winning percentage of any goalie.
That says a lot.
Third UND history goals against average, 2.71.
There's a puck given up the middle and just out of the reach of James Mason as he tried to tee up. They got great coverage, and I think that was DeMarchi who rode him to the corner, and DeMarchi might not get a penalty.
That might, Frank.
Yeah.
It's a yes.
It's a hold.
Gophers have dominated the first half of this first period. A nice start of this play. Goes in, contains very nicely. Watch. Contains. This is fine. Now it's that extra wrap around the head. Well, yeah, I don't know. 50-50, the game is contact, Frank.
It is. He never got a full grasp on him either, but I won't argue too hard on this call at all. At 9:34, it'll put the Fighting Sioux on their first power play.
So we'll see how good the Sioux power plays. They don't have enough defensemen to have a strong power, so they put Beta back on the point. He's a forward. Beta, good player.
Oh boy, Leopold got a stick up around the chops. That was accidental, but still, had it been on the other side, Don Adam was on the back side of that. I don't think he saw it. Now to center ice, and it's brought in Ryan Hale, and he was met by Joe Martin. Here's Bochenski. Schneekloth back at the line. They go cross rink after the point. The shot goes high. And out of the circle, Joe Martin is there to pick it up and dump it down the ring.
Leopold had the right side's feet to that puck got caught in him. If he'd had 7 instead of 9s, could have been a scoring opportunity for the Sioux.
The Fighting Sioux only have 15 power play goals this year. They've given up 21 on the other hand. Here's Ryan Beta playing it to Schneekloth at the point. They go cross rink. Drive right on off the stick of Tyler Palmasino. And Adam Hauser is there to make the save. Fans group tickets are available for Golden Gopher basketball this year. Still, even though we're in the middle of the season, get your group of 15 or more and you can purchase tickets for only $20 per seat. The barn is heating up this winter, particularly today. They won by 2.
Good, Big Ten, Michigan State. Got some barn lofts open over there too. I know that. People interested in a suite there called barn lofts in that building.
On a per game basis?
Per game basis. Big Ten games too, Frank.
Great attraction. 54 in the power play here. And Paul Martin gets the puck out of the zone. We passed the halfway point of this period. The 2 goals up on the board for Minnesota by Riddle and Tafe. Tafe was on a power play. To the far side, Tim Scarperud, a 5-point weekend in the GLI. Stevens played it out of the zone, and it comes back to Riddle, back to Stevens, across to Martin. Ahead for Kowalska, trying to get the step on Schneider, and he's knocked down, and Schneider comes away with the puck. Now 22 on the power play as he brings it to the Minnesota line. It's centered, it's tipped by Joe Martin. Kowalska takes it away, gets it out of the zone, but it hit the assistant ref. And as it was touched back in the zone by a Fighting Sioux player, the offside whistle goes, and
it's going all the way down. I think Frank was kind of one of those.
That's a real odd call there, isn't it?
Well, it went off his butt. He went back into the zone. He was standing in the neutral zone, the referee, the linesman.
Yeah.
Hit him, went back in. He had the late whistle. If the Sioux player wouldn't have played it, he'd have let Minnesota have it. There wouldn't have been any face-off.
But wasn't it a North Dakota player who gave impetus to the puck, shot it out in the first place?
Minnesota player.
That's what I meant. Minnesota player shot it out.
It would seem to me that neutral zone would be a favorable spot.
I would have thought so. From behind the net, here's Matt Jones. I'm going to think about that play overnight here, Don.
Okay. Got Shepard in the audience. He tells he gets the referee decided that it became intentional because he could let the puck, could have not touched the puck.
Could have not touched it.
But then he gives up possession automatically.
Yeah, right. Here comes DeMarchi, and out to center, Wendell. And Wendell brings it. Oh, Wendell knocked down this time. Contact sport or not. And the penalty's going to be called on Aaron Schneekloth. Did he wrap him up? Perhaps he did. Gophers will go to their second power play. They already have a 2-0 lead. And this will send Schneekloth to the box. back on Fox Sports Net.
Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Chrysler Town & Country.
Aaron Schneekloff, actually kind of tough call against, because I thought Wendell was going down before the stick went in. But the positive side is he's played very well as of late. Schneekloff. As well as Wendell.
As well as Wendell. Eric Wendell has been on a bit of a hot streak for the Gophers.
Must be those ping pong hands.
Hey, you'll find out.
Do you see the nice house he lived in?
That wasn't their house. No, I don't think that was their house.
A lot of room and no visitors. Everything cleaned up, nothing on the floor. Like a typical college.
Hope you
Salacious estate.
Yeah, the glass block decoration. Yeah. Hope you had a chance to see the Gopher tickets prior to tonight's game with that titanic match in ping pong between Kowalska and Wendell. And that's long shot by Scarperud is stopped by Hauser, who got bumped a bit after the whistle. But he made the save.
Had him in good position there. He's been there. The 4 or 5 saves he's made so far tonight, he's done everything in proper position, ready to save.
Gave up no rebounds.
Nice, good shot. Look how nice he's set, ready to go. Just makes it easy, covers it nice. Yep, I got it. Boom. You got to go to the net, and then Beta did that. Held up. Good shot, good save, good coverage, and no run on the goalie.
Right. Scarperud and Beta are out there as forwards, penalty killing here. Kowalska is out along with Smagard and Riddle. A little more than a minute on the power play. Here's Gus Stevens. Paul Martin finds Kowalska, chased outside by Matt Jones. Paul Martin couldn't one-time it. Back across, Stevens gets the return from Riddle. Now right around to Martin. It's off a stick. It's poked by Kowalska! And chipped over top of the net. I don't think Riddle ever got to the puck, however. Riddle after it again. Down low to Kowalska. It was wrapped away by Mazurek. Stevens to Martin. Through the screen, the tip by Talixon. And Seimbida makes a tough save with Big Barry Talixon out front.
Smart play by Mr. Martin there. He just kind of feathered the puck in, let something happen in front. Might have gone off about a shin pad, an elbow pad, a nose, whatever. But he got it through.
And that's a big tree you're looking at there. Barry Talixon at 6'4" in his freshman year out of St. Paul.
He's a thick one.
Yeah.
Not a thick one, a thick one. Watch this, just gets it through there. Something could happen. Riddle was coming off the far side pipe. He didn't really move in there. That would have helped a little bit, but Talixon was there, and Seimbida doesn't save. Could be a rebound goal.
Half minute on the power play. Patolny stepping up as the #1 power play unit is out, and this is could be a very critical power play here, although we're down the last 20 seconds or so of it, but the Fighting Sioux would ill afford to go down 3-0 here on enemy territory. Pass by Patolny and a nice block by Jason Noterman. It's back out at center. Martin. Patolny brings it in. 2 seconds left. Cave in the slot. Pull. Martin. Pull. And it's off the heel of the stick as the penalty to Schneekloff is over. The Gophers got just one shot on that power play opportunity. Fighting Sioux break it to center. Noterman, the drop, takes the drop pass, shoots one. Hauser turns it away.
That might have had some iron too, Frank. Don't know.
Now the great lead by Leopold to Tafe. It's 3-on-1. And they couldn't get it to Weibel. A good defensive play by Nick Fuhrer, the freshman. Now Kennedy, the drop to Fuhrer. He goes into the corner, couldn't get it in front. Joe Martin knocks it down, and as it's in the corner again, Fuhrer gets a piece of it into the corner for Rory McMahon. And over it again, it is Tafe. There's a delayed penalty coming up here. I'm going to guess Joe Martin interference.
You got it right.
Well, it's a show, folks, that everyone has been talking about. The new nightly show that features a comedian who's a diehard sports fan, a bunch of ex-jocks who really know the game. Critics are calling it a collision of sports and comedy, and just what we've been waiting for. You'll find it weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30, only on Fox Sports Net. Fourth minor penalty of the period. 2 to each team.
Well, Frank, one year I was coaching, I recruited about a half dozen guys, already had them in the bag. And I went back in the dressing room one time in Stillwater, and we'll see the Martin case here first. I'll finish the story. He just kind of grabs him right there. All right. But anyway, one of the guys says to me, he says, it was had to be Frank Zivic that I played with here at the U. He says, you know, if I'd be coaching, still have all 6 of your scholarships. He didn't really like. If I was refereeing, there'd only be one penalty right now, and that would have been on the first one here when
Jones for trip.
Jones for trip, and the rest of them would not have been called. So. He says, how'd you like that? We had Dietzick. It was pretty good. Johnson. It was a pretty good group, too. Oh, my God.
We have an unofficial timeout here, or just a little delay in getting everybody back. Hauser apparently had an equipment issue resolved.
So they're kind of wandering back here, but
gives everybody time to finish the slice of pizza.
Some of these plays have been not where there's been any calls, but not when there's been a threat to score or injure. That's or they're not been stick swings. So I'm going to be a little more critical here.
You are or aren't you?
No, I am right now.
All right.
But I think you set the stage for the weekend by how you call your first couple of penalties.
Well, theoretically, yeah, but they've been known to change too.
But I mean, you kind of want to set your bar up so a little bit higher, I think.
Do you think he's calling it tight because he doesn't want this typically robust series to get out of control?
No, that's not. If he is, it's not fair. You can't prejudge how it's going to be. It irritates coaches as much as anything.
Here's Ryan Beta still on the power play with plenty of time, about a little less than 90 seconds left. Steekloff, Beta, down low, and the one-timer. Rocket of a shot by Brandon Bochinski.
Good goal scorer, that kid. Led the USHL, I believe, in goals last year.
This one comes down off the boards. Leopold wins the race, dumps the puck down the rink. All 4 penalty killers will change on the go. 4.5 minutes to go, first period with Minnesota ahead 2-0.
Bochinski had 47 goals last year, Frank.
That's a quality player.
Wayne High School championship team. Played with Hendricks playing up at St. Cloud.
Scarperoo, that shot takes off. Look out, folks, and they're juggling it up in the stands. Senex will give you a look at the WCHA standings as we move into the mythical so-called second half with the Gophers at 6-2-2. Denver, they have the best winning percentage not only in the conference but also in the nation. And there is Mankato at 5-10-1. Doug, tell me, listening to the pregame show, the Gopher ticket, is there anything short of a plane crash that might help?
I got to apologize.
Season?
I'm not trying to say that Mankato is a poor team. I'm not going to take light of what's happened on 11th of September. But I will say this. When you have 9 or 10 losses at this particular junction, you're in deep water. And I look at the schedule too, and North Dakota does not have to play as many tough teams. I'm looking for Colorado College in UND to move into that 4th and 5th spot. Minnesota, Denver, and St. Cloud. Just because of the losses. And North Dakota's in a little bit of jam, except that they've got a little bit softer schedule second half.
And I don't want to gang up on the Mavericks either,
No.
but boy, they took a tough loss last night at Alabama Huntsville. You would think you might, and even
Well, you never know what kind of cooking you get down there either.
Well, that's true. There's Spivak back behind the Minnesota net. Half minute of the Fighting Sioux power play. Hasn't generated much sear. And that long shot and the rough catch. That's the first shot on goal that came from the freshman Andy Schneider.
Yeah, Adam House is right on top of that circle. Love that tip. I think the puck got tipped as it was going towards the net. But Adam has been such good position. Robbie Stauber works with those goaltenders. Watch where he is. Puck will go to Schneider in the middle. Watch how he moves right out the top. He doesn't have to worry about anybody tipping. Just comes right in there. The view of the puck. That's one thing. If you're going to fire the puck from the middle, you got to have some traffic in front end. And Judd Stevens moved the one North Dakota guy right out of there. There's Robbie Stauber.
And he will join Clay Matvick at our second intermission tonight.
What a wonderful job he does. He comes out and volunteers. He's a volunteer coach. Fellows out there, folks, he doesn't get paid a dime. He comes over here about 2 or 3 times a week to help out with the program.
I had a chance to talk to him at length for the first time, and maybe this season, I think. I talked to him about his goaltender.
I thought you were trying to get a sandwich for him.
It was a little more intellectual than that. He's quite a cerebral guy.
Oh.
He's got these goaltenders very well coached and very well relaxed. Here's Hale in the corner.
Didn't relax me. He used to wander out all the time. He's downtown Hennepin Avenue during the game sometimes.
You were the only one who was nervous in the building.
He had about 8 assists that one year.
So that means 8 guys scored. The minor penalty is over. The penalty killers do the job with Joey Martin sitting off less than 3 minutes to go here, first period. And Ryan Connolly has to go back for the puck. Couldn't get it out of the zone. And that was a long chance for Angel. And a tough opportunity for Seimbida. He was screened. Here's Angel shooting again. And he in coverage. It's centered by Smagar. But the Fighting Sioux get it out of the zone, and it's dumped back in. Brought back to center ice now by Kennedy. And he dumps it into Gofer territory. Great relay by Smagar, picked up by Fleming. Fakes. In a roll.
Nice play.
Got all the right ingredients, except got a little bit of icing there on the final move. Joe Martin now in a battle for the puck with his opposite, number 20, James Mason, who's in his freshman year, and a 6th-round pick of the New Jersey Devils.
Right, there's a guy they're coming to score. He's only got 1 goal so far.
Dean Blaze says he's a sniper, but he's only got the 1 career goal. They're looking for more from him sooner or later. Back in a moment with more of the first period on Fox Sports Net.
This line here with Tafe and Pohl, Telexon have been very good, whether it be on the power play or 5-on-5. They've generated some very good opportunities, Frank.
Here's Martin. And out of Barry Telexon. 9 points in the freshman year for Telexon. 7 of those are goals. And Tafe after the puck. He is locked up a bit with Andy Schneider. Takes it away from him. Plays it to Paul Martin. Now back to Telexon. Delayed penalty on the Fighting Sioux. Paul was dumped in front of the net. And as the puck changes possession, Doug, this is that 3rd penalty that Dean Blaze said was their maximum for the night.
For the game, not for a period. This could be a squelcher too, because you've got a minute 34. A little slash in here, a little push in front, interference. It's in front of the net, basically. Right there. Lum. Not making a good choice there. He just got back. He's been out for about 5 or 6 games, Frank. He was very good up in North Dakota that first weekend. He had 2 goals. He was in 2 of the first 3, I believe, in the game in the Hall of Fame.
He's missed 5 games with injuries, and Chad Mazurek has missed 4, and they're both now just coming back in the lineup. Gophers 1 for 2 on the power play, and for the record, that minor penalty is obstruction tripping.
For us old timers, it's just hard. It was hitting from, it was boarding, charging, elbowing, high sticking, tripping. That's all it was. There weren't all these what are the asterisk deals down there?
I know. Obstruction. I can't even say it now.
Yeah, there was fighting in our game too. Most of them were downstairs in the locker rooms on the way down in the old building. They'd walk down together and they'd fight, and then people come down and 2 guys would be shaking hands because they had to fight and had a winner down below. There were a few game fights on the rink too, I think, Frank.
Oh, yeah. Tafe. Pohl through the screen. It comes right back to him. Leopold. Tafe tried the one-timer. Now Kowalski's tied up, but he still kicked it over to Tafe. This is Leopold. Tafe fires. It's deflected, and it went just a bit high, and then it's dumped down the rink.
The pass that Leopold gave to Tafe is impossible at one time just because of the angle.
Fighting Sioux changing on the go. Ooh, they were nearly caught, but the puck comes back out at center off Tafe's stick. Under a minute to go in the period. And our penalty clock shows you 1:19 to go on the penalty. This is Matt Kowalska with Hale watching him, David Hale.
He's a high draft choice too.
First round New Jersey. 3 first-round Devils picks, first or second rounds on the ice between him, Paul Martin, and Matt Tamarki. Clay Matvick will bring us a little more information on that trio later on tonight. Here's Spiewak to shoot it live. And it must have caught the dasher and then skittered up over the glass and into the rink, or out of the rink. We'll bring you what's on tap here for our first intermission. The lineup has Tim Scarperud live with Clay Matvick. We'll talk with the coach of the Golden Gophers, Don Lucia. Back upstairs, Doug Boog and I will have highlights and stats from the first 20 minutes of play of this weekend's event. And just in case you're joining us a little bit late, this is the first game of the 2-game series. They did not play last night, probably because combined 17 or 20 freshmen in the rosters They thought a few of them might be playing in the World Junior Tournament in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
As it turns out, only one did.
And then he missed his flight.
Keith Ballard?
No, he didn't miss it, but he couldn't get on an earlier flight like they thought.
So will he be here tomorrow or
yes,
not?
he'll be in here at 8 o'clock tonight, but that's not going to be in time.
No. And plus, where will his legs be? Yeah. Anyway, Ballard should be available and ready for tomorrow night. Anyway, this first period ends. 25 seconds of the minor penalty to Dave Lundbaum will carry over to the second period, and the Gophers have a 2-0 lead. Are they in control of the game?
No question. I believe that Coach Blaze's idea is not to have outmanned rushes, but he didn't get anything, generated up front, and I think he's got to change that. It was a Gopher period. Gophers had many more good chances to score.
All right, we'll get our first intermission underway with Tim Scarperud and Clay Matvick after this timeout here on Fox Sports Net.
Back at Mariucci Arena after one period of play. The Gophers leading the Sioux 2-0. I'm here with Tim Scarperud of the Sioux, and you were WCHA Player of the Week this past week. The Sioux getting a couple of big wins over Michigan and Michigan State in that holiday tournament. You've been playing very well.
Yeah, we've been playing better as a team lately, and things just came together against Michigan and Michigan State. That's a couple big wins for us.
You have 4 straight wins coming into this one, but the Gophers having their way with you in that first period. It's 2-0 after one. What do you think was the difference in that first period in the Gophers' advantage?
Well, they came out quick, and they got that quick one on us, and we knew we had to stay out of the penalty box against them. They scored that nice power play goal. We know we have to stay out of the penalty box and just get after them.
All right, good luck the rest of the way tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Tim Scarperud, the WCHA Player of the Week this past week in the league. After one period of play, the Gophers leading the Sioux 2-0. Back with more on the intermission report, talking with head coach Don Lucia of the Gophers next here on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Mariucci Arena. The maroon and gold fans quite happy here with the Gophers jumping on the Fighting Sioux. Had great chances early in this period. They have a 2-0 lead. As we bring you a look at highlights, you'll see the first goal in this game just a minute and 57 seconds in. A breakaway goal done.
Great pass by Joey Martin. Riddle cuts inside and goes upstairs. Beats Seimbida with his first opportunity. A 1-0 Gophs.
And then about 7 minutes later, a great pass from John Pohl sets up Jeff Tafe.
And Jeff Tafe remains hot as he one-times that one right in the lower corner. Seimbida couldn't get over to get that. Puts the Gophers up 2-0.
Jeep will give you a look at the stats for the first period. The Gophers with the edge in shots, 10-5. In the power plays, the Gophers are 1 for 2. Their third power play will carry over to the next period. Fighting Sioux 0 for 2. And the power play shots down at the bottom of the screen. Fighting Sioux 2, the Golden Gophers 6. We'll be back with our second period face-off here from Mariucci Arena after this timeout on Fox Sports Net. We welcome you back. Right now, that tandem is getting along amicably for a while. Oh, wait, is he changing colors? No, he's thinking about it. I don't.
Just looking at the merchandise, Frank.
I thought he was going to
pull
wear it. His team is trailing. The Fighting Sioux are trailing here 2-0 with Clay Matvick and Doug Woog. I'm Frank Mazzacco. Welcome back. The Golden Gophers 10 times this year have had the lead after one period. They've gone on to win 9 and tie one of those. They haven't lost. In other words, with the lead after one period of play. Here's Johnny Pohl to pick it up. He's Minnesota's leading scorer. Got it to Leopold, and the rebound is stopped by Seimbida as Jeff Tafe had his 5th shot on goal of the game.
But the puck movement was so quick and so good by the Gophers. By the time Leopold got the shot off, there was nobody in front. Tafe had a chance. Look at the rotation. They're making those guys move there. Tafe is all alone because of the puck movement. The Sioux had to move with the puck, left the seams open, and Tafe had a chance. Great chance. It's his 6th great scoring opportunity so far early in the game.
Here's Seimbida. We told you he's from Porcupine, Ontario, which is just north, truly now, of South Porcupine. And they are both.
You emailed me today, I was there in the lab.
And they are both suburbs of Timmins, Ontario, which is a metropolitan area, I think, of about 40 or 50,000 folks or so. Great
mining area.
Great mining area.
Northeastern Ontario. I love that today.
It's way up there. That shot was blocked, and a rebound comes in on Seimbida, and I wondering whether he really saw it or just sort of let it hit his belly protector, but he made the save.
He's back in the goal a lot further than Hauser. He's getting more chances to make saves, but he's back inside that blue, and he's going to pay for that, I think, as the night goes on.
Matt DeMarchi with the outlet pass to Johnny Pohl. We told you he leads the team. He now has 35 points this year, 24 of them on assists. They roll in. This is Matt Jones. And he tried to, or he was looking to set up Ryan Connolly, but Connolly couldn't break free in time down the middle. Now the Gophers to center. That minor penalty is over. David Lundbaum out of the box. 5 skaters aside now here early in period 2. Puck bouncing around out at center, picked up by Patali. He flips it in. Riddle touches up. They work it to center, and Kevin Spiewak, he dumps it in, and the Fighting Sioux will make a line change on the fly. Paul Martin now to Matt Kowalska. Kowalska gets it in the zone. And back to Martin, who is 3rd in scoring for the Golden Gophers. Comes in with 23 points. 18 of them are on assists.
So quietly, Frank. He handles that puck so well. He just puts the puck where it's supposed to be, gives guys a chance to score, and they do.
From the line, a long shot by Rory McMahon. Saved by Adam Hauser. Hauser faced very few tough chances in that first period, and hardly any rebounds at all. Patali gets it across, a little soft touch pass by Riddle. Judd Stevens misfires, misplaced that pass, and now the pressure applied by Patali keeps the Fighting Sioux bottled up. Good job by Patali. Now McMahon tries to bring it into Gopher territory, and it's flipped right back out. Mazurek fires it in, but put it right under the stick of Paul Martin. He slips the check of Fuhr. It's 3-on-1. Great pass! What a save by Seimbida! Robbing Smogard. Oh, what a pass by Martin.
Hardly subtle there. It was just phenomenal. Wasn't subtle at all.
And now Leopold with an interception at the line to keep it in.
Makes a great move at the offensive blue line. Steps around, picks the puck up, and puts it on the tape.
That was a surgical pass.
Yeah.
Soft and right there.
Watch the play at the blue line here at the AT&T. Watch this thing. Right here. The wireless. I guess it is wireless. Boom. Now he's got him right in front. Picks the spot. Oh, had his chance. Boy, you don't get much better than that.
Garrett Smogard banging away and looking for his first goal of the season. Clay Matvick at ice level has an update from the North Dakota bench.
Yeah, I talked to Dean Blaze between periods, guys, and he was noticeably disgruntled. He told us before the game tonight that in order for the Sioux to win, they could take no more than 3 penalties. Well, they took that many in the first period alone. He also said his seniors have to start showing some leadership on the ice. He said some of his quote-unquote leaders let him down in the first period, and they've got to wake up.
He minces words real well.
Yes, he does.
Dino's great. He's fired up. He's fired up when he takes his first step out of bed in the morning.
I think you're right, and he motivates with that much vigor as well.
You do or you're gone.
Jake Fleming. There's Pat O'Leary. Now Fleming again. And out of a little scrap there in the crease. It's finally grabbed by Ryan Hale, and he gets it out of the zone. Noterman and Angel after the puck. Oh, Angel nearly gave it away. And now back at center ice, and it'll be dumped in by Schneider. Andy Schneider played in the USHL with Lincoln, the Lincoln Stars. Talixon finds Fleming. Fleming shoots it in.
Frank, the Sioux are so concerned about not giving up odd man rushes. They have established no forecheck. They have no flow. They don't have the ginniger that you expect to see from a North Dakota team. Young or old, they just aren't moving.
Conservative.
Too conservative.
Yeah.
Becomes a physical.
They're offside here as we approach the 4-minute mark of this second period. The Gophers, 2 first-period goals. They have the lead on Fox Sports Net. Nothing. The Golden Gophers lead. Half the band is playing, half isn't.
Well,
just an observation, folks, not being critical.
I suppose it's like the cymbal player. You're not supposed to play all the time either, is he?
Yeah, but the guys with the horns should be playing all the time.
Mariucci described the guy from New Hampshire, the cymbal player. Everybody said, what are you talking about? He hits it once and you don't hear from him for about 20 minutes. And he hits it again. His name was LaSham.
Oh, dear.
I remember sitting in Marriott over there picking Olympic hopefuls. Oh, John, what are you talking about?
Wendell, nice job at the line. And now back to pick it up is David Lundbaum. He gets upended by Wendell, and Wendell's going to go.
Yeah, he got a tripping penalty.
Yes, he did.
Down in Cowtown, they call it tripping.
Tomorrow on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, Jason Williams and the #1 ranked Duke Blue Devils will take on Monty Cummings and the Florida State Seminoles. Coverage begins at 5:30 Central right here on Fox Sports Net, your exclusive home for Sunday night ACC basketball.
Not a tough call here. Good call. Lumblow's taken down by Eric Wendell.
Kind of an interesting sequence of penalties here tonight, Doug. Here's the list of them. Trip, trip, hook, interference, trip, trip.
That's what I said.
This hasn't been a very aggressive game.
No, that's what I said. I thought we were over calling for a game that's you know, kind of a Casper Milquetoast type situation.
Casper Milquetoast.
That means soft and
okay.
Unobtrusive.
Hale brings it in.
I'm sorry. I'll give you a little more time on those.
It's only the ones that I don't understand that I'll ask you about. Schneekloff had to go off his stick, and he'll be pressured now by Barry Tallickson. Gophers lead the league in shorthanded goals this year with 9. You know what's amazing out of that is that no one has more than 2 on the team.
Well, it's you're using a lot of guys.
Schneekloff drops it back. Here's Beta. That one skipped wide of the net.
Not by much, though.
Chad Mazurek is their power play goal leader. He has but 4.
In the crease.
Doug, I'm not sure that Mazurek has been on for any of the power plays yet tonight.
Well, he's Beta and he was Schneekloff. It's really the 2 guys he'd rather go. And I suppose he's trying to Mazurek's back off that thigh injury.
Right.
He hasn't played a lot, and I'm sure that's a factor. That was in the crease. Adam had it right away. Boom. Used to like when
that'd be Don Adam, not Adam Hauser.
Right, Adam, I'm sorry. Yep. When Shepard and Krieger worked together, they had that little deal. They'd pull the front of their right between the knee and the ankle. They'd take the little the seam you have on your pants, and they'd pull that thing out in the crease. That's how they would have the crease.
That was the signal.
That was it. Never got adapted by other guys though.
Probably because no one was as well dressed as Jerome Krieger and Mr. Shepard, and they had creases in their pants.
That's right.
Here's Palmacino going after the puck and back in the corner to Jason Noterman. Smacked down pretty good by Paulie Martin. Back at the line. Schneider rolls it across. Now Scarperud to Schneider. Nice block by Kowalska, and he dumps the puck down the rink. Again, an unemotional power play.
Slow motion, unemotional slow-mo. That's called lack of skill at the point. Power play skill anyway, not necessarily defensive skill, but offensive skills are lacking.
Scarperud to dump it in. Patalny after the puck, off a couple of skates, and dug out of the corner. And then shot by James Mason, and a penalty to Wendell expires. 5 skaters aside, a wraparound try, and Hauser holds his ground. Tough going down there right now for Hauser, but pulled away by David Lundvall. And wrapped away by Patalny, and then Patalny dragged his man Ryan Connolly down, and it'll be another penalty, second consecutive against the Golden Gophers. We'll be back with the Fighting Sioux power play. They're down by 2 in the second period here on Fox Sports Net.
Wyshynski's now at the point. We'll see what he does. Get Hale, Beta, Schneekloff, although he may just be there for the face-off.
Did you see Shepard there? Yeah. A quick shot. He is well dressed.
Oh, look at what a great job. I'll tell you what, Nancy's dressing him before he gets here, too. I'll tell you that. He's the only guy that would listen to me. He used to referee when we were at the juniors back in the 70s, and he made his way up through the ranks the hard way, boy. Linesmen and juniors, and when it wasn't big-time juniors, it was.
But you got to look at it this way too, Doug. He was paid to listen to you. This puck leaves the rink, but he had no choice.
He'd have been a lot better off. I wouldn't say anything. Get paid nothing.
All right, Doug. Let's bring the folks our Treasure Island Resort and Casino trivia question. When was the last time Minnesota won the WCHA title outright? Well, didn't you guys share it in '97 with North Dakota?
Yeah, with North Dakota. Right.
2 in the 90s or not?
Well, you know what? I'm not very good at
trivia. Neither am I.
Even what's my birthday, Frank? Somebody asked me, I said, are you giving presents? I got 2 of them.
Noterman behind the net. I don't think you got 2 presents, though, did you?
No.
Here's Noterman after it again. 4th power play of the game continues for the Fighting Sioux. Back at the line. Schneider's shot. And behind the net, it's taken away by Leopold, and then Noterman gets it again. Here's Skarperud in the corner. Schneider plays it back to Skarperud. He's met by Talixon. Leopold after it. Now a backhand try, and it's under the glove of the Gofer player, DeMarchi. Great job by him to throw it away. DeMarchi with a hit from behind, and that one really stung Tyler Palmasino. After making a great play, DeMarchi comes up with a very ill-advised hit. Let's see if they give him for 5 on this.
Coach Blaze, first thing out of his mouth. 5. He looked to see if Palmasino was okay, and he's obviously wreathing in pain, but it doesn't, hopefully it's not a back or a neck injury.
Yeah, that's number 1. How will Tyler Palmasino be? Is the athletic trainer out to take a look at him? Strict interpretation, check from behind on the board, should be an automatic 5.
I agree with that one. You can watch it for yourself. Cross-check, hit from behind. I don't think there's any other way to. That's a class textbook case. Well, you can use that in the NCAA referee meetings there. Boom. Oh. He just made terrific hand play in front of the net there. And he made some other good plays, too, in this game. In fact, he's had one of his stronger games so far. And I think you're going to see him departed now. It's going to affect the whole club.
Yeah, if they do the DQ on this, then he'll be gone for the game as well. Is that right? Is that the whole interpretation?
Exactly. I don't think there's a. If he doesn't call it, Shepard will be down between periods.
Yeah. Let's pick up the announcement. My goodness, they got him 2 minutes for boarding.
Wow.
5 indeed. They get 2.
Well, it's the only way you're going to get stopped that, and it's pretty well stopped in the league, is by calling it. I mean, if that's, you got to kind of see if that's your son, if that's your brother, that's somebody you know that's involved in that. Would you like that? I would say absolutely not. It's dangerous. It's not competitive.
Well, Shepard at least hasn't spilled his coffee on that tan shirt, so he's keeping his cool if he needs to.
Yeah.
And it's great to see Tyler Palmasino up and about now.
Adams' only recourse is to say he turned. That's the, Frank, that's the only thing that that could be used as an explanation. The angle we have and all the replays don't indicate that. He was, obviously in the mode of turning before he got popped. He was already squared away, shoulder to shoulder with the boards, kind of heading upfield. Well, this makes a 5-on-3.
Kind of very interesting. You were talking in the first period. It was calling everything so tight.
Yeah.
Now here you have a chance to make a major statement, and this was not a tight call. This was a very liberal, generous interpretation in the Gophers' favor. For 49 seconds, the Fighting Sioux will have a 2-man advantage. And right from the draw, Jordan Leopold shoots the puck down the ice. Aaron Schneekloth will go back for it. Ryan Beta is out there as well. He's their leading scorer. 19 points coming in, 9 of them goals. He leads the team in the goal department as well. Here's Schneekloth. Soft pass picked up by great anticipation by Paul, and he dumps it down the ring.
They were going to put 2 guys in front. They're going to pound the puck, but nobody shot it.
And a little more zest on that one. Might have got the pass through. Schneekloth gets it in. Here's Beta. To Aaron Schneekloth again. Ryan Beta down low. Goal mouth pass broken up by Paul Martin. He took the puck with him, and he shot it down the ring, and he made it look easy.
There's a textbooker for how to play defense 5-on-3. Smother the puck, lay out, get in position to get up, make the pass out. Not much more you can do.
They still haven't had a shot on goal as the first penalty is over. Patulli is out. DeMarchi still sitting off the minor for boarding. And Judd Steven misplays it behind the net. Outplayed by Bochenski to the left point. Here's Aaron Schneekloth at the right. That shot was blocked by Weidel. He's breaking ahead. Case reads the play, carries it to center, shoots from the blue line, and it's kicked away.
The best shot, best save, best shot in the whole 5-on-3 was right there, Frank.
And that was a 60-footer. Now Tim Skarperud held up a bit, but he brings it in. Half minute on a power play. Lundholm behind the net. Nearly stripped of the puck, but he battles through the check of Joe Martin a couple of times. Kowalska after it, and the puck dribbles to center. And Kowalska tried to force it ahead to Riddle. Now Skarperud the drop, and it'll be brought back in by Spiewak. Spiewak pulls back with the puck. Throws it around looking for Lundholm. 6 6 on the power play. Now, actually 7 now. And they work it to the point and redirect it to center. It's out of the zone as DeMarkey steps on. So the back-to-back Meyer penalties result in no shots on goal for the Fighting Sioux. DeMarkey with a pass, and it got just beyond the reach of Riddle. O'Leary kicks it back behind the net. And here come the Fighting Sioux. They work it to Kennedy. Halfway through regulation time, and the Golden Gophers maintaining a 2-0 lead. Goals in the first period by Riddle and Tate. Tate's goal on the power play. From the side of the net, Leopold ran into a check. Riddle ahead to center. Now brought up by Fleming. He beats the D. Fleming waiting, shooting, and he shot it high and wide. It rolled on him just at the last second. Now brought back in by North Dakota. And this pass comes through a couple of players. David Hale will go over to get it. Hale shooting through a screen. I'm not sure who it hit, but it went wide. Kennedy back behind the net. Now the return pass to no one except the Gophers. And I just want to make sure that was Brett McKinnon who got it to the line. Hauser way out to play it around. He finds Fleming. Now to McKinnon. He ran into the check by Beta. Hale is bumped. Martin gets rid of it in a hurry. And it's loose at the blue line before it is played deeper in by Mason. In the corner, Ryan Beta. Beta, whose draft rights belong to Carolina. He was a third-round pick 2 summers ago. John Weibel from Minnesota. Watched by Schneider. The drop. Bogard's shot goes into the corner. And back to Schneider again with Weibel and Wendell both in on the forecheck. Here's Wendell. To Weibel. Spins away from Hale. Ran into a couple of checks. Chips it around back over to Wendell. 5 skaters aside as they center it and off the stick of Garrett Smogard, who's been in position a couple of times here tonight. More than a couple.
Had 2 good chances, Frank. One on the pass by Martin and that one here by Wendell.
Crosses the goal line. It's icing against the Fighting Sioux. And the Golden Gophers have a 2-0 lead here at Mariucci Arena on Fox Sports Net.
Clay Matvick back at Mariucci Arena. An update on Sioux sophomore Tyler Palmasino. He did leave the ice. There is some good news. It is not a head or neck related injury. The bad news is it is a sore back. He's in the training room getting some ice on it now, and he's going to be out for a while, fellas.
All right, Clay, thanks very much. And given the what looked like the severity of the hit, a sore back may not be too bad at all to get through the Knights.
Sneakloff going to go here, Frank, for cross-checking on Pohl. Johnny Pohl does such a good job in front of the net. He gets himself positioned so his back is to the player, and that's when they're going to cross-check it. And he has a tendency to leave his feet. The balance gets nosy, and he does that on purpose. Watch it in front of you now. He's just standing there. He's not really just in fault, you know. If you're on skates, you can make that look very simple. You can do it very easily. It's almost an art. I'm not saying he's diving, but he's taking the hit from behind, using it to his advantage. I mean, it wasn't a malicious shot, but he gets a lot of those penalties through the course of a game, through a weekend. Smart player.
It's the 9th penalty of the game combined.
We'll see what happens here. We got Tafe in the draw. Against, I think he's against Scarperud.
That's right. And the draw to the Fighting Sioux. Schneider tried to drive it around, but he was checked as he pulled the trigger, and the puck never made it out. Now they finally dump it to center. And here's Tafe back to get it with Martin at the blue line. And from center, Paul Martin drives it in. Off the stick of Patolny. Beta got it out.
Schneider give a pop to Patolny. A good solid shoulder to Patolny's sternum.
Here's Leopold and getting help again from Paul Martin. He ran into a crowd but gets the puck in the zone. It's in the air to Patolny and then batted away and batted out of there by Spiewak. Leopold, nice speed to Tafe, who turns in a hurry and gets it to Pohl. Pohl jammed up on the rail by Matt Jones. And Spiewak in the corner had it pried loose from him by Wendell. This is Pohl. The power play, they work it to the line. John Pohl again. Leopold. Paul Martin. The shot right on The goaltender's helmet apparently got jarred loose. That's the reason for the stoppage. We'll go to our Treasure Island trivia question. When was the last time Minnesota won the WCHA title outright? Was that the night they had to listen to the Denver game on the radio here?
That was a tie, though.
That was the tie that year.
But Denver was playing North Dakota that night.
Seems to me there were 2 championships in this building, so I'll say 1993, but I was a year off. It was in well, I guess we could have looked at the banners, couldn't we, Doug?
We have it just sideways for us.
Numbers still read the same, don't they?
Hey.
There's Seimbida, and I don't know if that looks like it's an equipment problem, but Eric Wendell in front, Doug.
Staying out in front of that crease. Oh, nice save. He's battling, get himself turned around. Nice part of that way. After the shot's taken, he pivots, so he's at the forehand. There is a rebound. If it bounces out, he's got a chance for it. If he appeals the other way, he's on his backhand, Frank. So by rotating forward, he's a left-hander, goes to his right shoulder. Now when he turns around, he's got his forehand chance, and the puck does pop out.
And then it looked like he used that stick like a can opener and took the helmet off the goaltender.
You don't think so?
Oh, he might have. All right, a pry bar.
Well, he's strong in there, no question about it. He always gives you a good effort blocking. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it goes off his net, sometimes nothing happens, but he sure occupies the defender in front of that net.
Nice numbers for Wendell, too, this year. He started his freshman year with 14. That was his career high. Then dipped to 6 and 7 in his sophomore and junior years, and he's back up to 12 coming into tonight's game.
And he gives them a physical presence, which they need. He competes every night. He's an absolute positive guy. There's a guy that'd be a good hire for anybody. He's never hesitant to have. Everything's rosy. Everything's hard work. Everything's fun. They aren't jobs for him. They're tasks. He gets after them.
But he's still mad at Matt Kowalska for beating him at ping pong. We're told there'll be a rematch. Did we reference that ping pong match in the Gofer ticket tonight?
There was about 20 minutes of it. I thought
it was intense.
I thought it was a national championship.
It was.
Waiting for the commissioner to come out and give a trophy. The Sears Cup.
Here comes Riddle to bring it in. Down to 20 seconds on the power play. Kowalska heads for the net. The backhand goes through to the corner. And Kowalska again. Markey to Kowalska. And into the corner once more. Right back in front for Kowalska, but he couldn't handle it. And it'll be brought ahead by Skarperud. As the penalty to Schneekloth is over, the Gophers had only one shot on that power play, and here they're offside as they dump it in. Bring you a look at college hockey around the country. Our Northland Ford news and notes with 7 WCHA alumni selected to the Olympic team this year. Only one Minnesotan, that of course being Phil Housley, and him not being in the WCHA alum. The French are coming. That's the exhibition, and I've forgotten the date already, Doug.
28th of January, Monday night.
Thank you. And look at the job Hardigan has been doing for the Huskies here. 2 points per game. And Wyatt Smith yesterday called up by the Phoenix Coyotes. That's good news for him. And Gopher fans too.
Poor road boy.
Angel played it ahead. Hale with a long shot. That might have been, and that was tipped. Coming up on 5 minutes left here in the second period. And Angel after the puck. Gophers with a 2-0 lead, and by the 8:03 mark of the first period, pretty much had this game in control and took a lot of the, what do you call it? Vinegar?
Vinegar.
It's a whole new vocabulary for me this year, folks.
Hey, this game now reminds me of a tired, pelated woodpecker.
Yeah, me too. Here's Pohl. It's off a stick and it comes back to Leopold. Hale with a drop pass. And now played nicely by Talixon to Pohl. He brings it in with Fleming as well. And the backhand turned away by Seimbida. Off the stick of Mason. Now here's Stevens. And Hale back to get it again. Leaves it in the corner for Jones. Matt Jones played in the USHL with Green Bay. He is an Illinois native.
Is that Naperville?
Lyle.
Lyle, okay. Right,
Go ahead, Doug.
Pelated woodpecker kind of hits the tree, but it's not a real aggressive one. It's not an energetic when it hits it, and nothing's happened in this period.
You're right.
It's absolutely been nothing going on.
Except I've learned about a new species of woodpecker. Now sneak cloth, and that pass a little bit. That was Scarper, too far for him. So an exercise in aviary science.
Biology.
Back in a moment. There's a score, 2-0. The Golden Gophers with the lead.
Frank, right now, I'd say just Minnesota's defense being able to move the puck out of the zone. The Martin and Leopold have been just better than the defenders for the Sioux, and I think that's made the difference so far in this hockey game.
5th straight road game also for the Fighting Sioux. Goal mouth tip, and now a chance for Kowalska. First Patolny, then Kowalska, and it won't go in. DeMarchi. And that's off Scarperud. And it may have stung him a bit. Seimbida can't control it. And here's Scarperud once more. And they'll work it ahead now to Hale. Ryan Beta. Beta tackled by DeMarchi, and they're still together as Riddle brings it up ice. Riddle, drop pass, Kowalska the shot, hits the outside of the net. And tackle this time by Bochenski. He'll get a penalty for bringing Riddle down.
And I think that is a 2-minute minor, and I believe Coach Blaze will count that as a over the 3 mark, Frank.
Oh, indeed. We're now 2 over the 3 mark.
Looked like the Peleated Woodpecker got busy again here. We've got a couple of chances. This is a tackle by Bochenski, but right before that, a couple of nice plays at the goal. The crowd thought that Kowalska had put it in and hit the outside of the net and got him up on their feet a little bit. This is a big kill here, or it's a big power play. The Gophers do score. I think it's pull the curtain.
Back in the line, here's Leopold. Tape. And hit traffic in front. And over to get it, David Hale. And they flip it down the rink.
Wendell's with this first group now because Patolny was tired coming off that last shift. Probably been a little more active in the game as well.
Brought in on the far side as Cole uses the rail to get it around to Leopold. Johnny Cole. Martin to Leopold. Through a screen, the tip in front by Wendell and the save by Seimbida. And now a pass by Cole, a rare one that's intercepted. Noterman's pass is broken up by Leopold. Cave having trouble as Noterman pushes it back down the ring. Jordan Leopold. Cole. Now Eric Wendell. He was trapped. And I think Brian Kennedy in there in the mix as well. And the faceoff will be out at center ice. Just over a minute to go on the power play. Folks, you'll want to get all you need to know, all of the information about the Golden Gophers with Pride on Ice Thursdays at 6:30 right here on Fox Sports Net. And we'll not only bring you hard-hitting action from this weekend, a conversation with Don Lucia, but the former Golden Gopher and Irondale High School great Scott Bukestad will join us this week.
What a shooter.
Oh, can he shoot? Poof!
Olympic team in '84. Played obviously some big-time hockey in the National Hockey League, and now there's a lot of shooting schools out there, and kind of a high-test consultant.
I would imagine so. There's Scotty. I realize there might be some confusion about this series this weekend when I talked to Scott earlier in the week, being that we're playing Saturday, Sunday, and Scott said, well, geez, how do you think they'll do Friday night? He said, well, don't show up. Don't show up, Scotty. The game's Saturday. He said, oh, geez, I better look at my tickets.
Yeah, Irondale High School.
That's my stomping grounds up there.
Your stomping grounds.
With Dave Manley, who
that's right.
South St. Paul hero. He's native of South St. Paul, isn't he?
Twin. Yep.
Twin.
Yep. One night we went into their dad's tomato garden. We had a all block brawl out there, and they came home, unfortunately, and the tomatoes were all off the plants. I'm publicly confessing.
I think the limitations have passed. You're safe.
What a nice move. Kowalska went right to the net. Nice puck movement there by the Ghost.
I'm just trying to envision you in a tomato fight.
Oh, it was a dark out. You don't know who the enemy was. Just made sure you got over to the garden, get some supplies.
Great time.
Oh, never had so much fun. 'Cause you don't have to go get them. You just pick new ones up. You have to chase the ball. You just get a new one off the plant. Bruce Larson. Oh, that was quite a family. They used to have bats. They used to fight with bats at Two Manley Brothers. It was a tough crowd there. They were the early days of hockey. They were outside skaters, futters. That's in the old days, Frank.
Well, you guys didn't play around the stockyards or anything. That could have been.
No,
Those could have been some hellacious
You could get the horns down there.
There's Paul Martin back to get it. We've got a minute to go here in the second period, and it's power play for the Gophers for another 9 seconds or so. All of the scoring in this game in the first period. And now, as it goes to the corner, Mazurek delivers it to center. Bochinski just out of the box. One man back. It's Paul Martin, and he blocks the shot. And here's Bochinski again. Heads to the net. Gets the shot off. Pushed it wide. Hauser may have had something to do with that one. Now Patulny couldn't get it out. Hale shooting. That's off the skate. And it caroms right to Riddle. Back to Kowalska. Crosses center and dumps it in.
Bochinski had a good opportunity. Just went wide, just in the lower corner. He's a good goal scorer.
A big giveaway to Weibel. Boy, Jones had trouble with that pass, and now the puck leaves the rink.
Right, you can just see the difference when you have the Roaches. You have these guys that can move the puck up the rink
That they
quickly.
used to have. Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying these guys can't get better, but some of the guys are a little limited with their hand skills. There's a giveaway here that proves just exactly what we're talking about.
Doug, when you look at the lineup tonight, 10 freshmen, 4 sophomores, and the upperclassmen, there's only 7 of them, 4 juniors, 3 seniors.
I mean, that's just an unpressured giveaway, and not the same puck skills that some of the other guys had, and it affects you in a power play. It affects you getting that puck and rhythm out of your own zone. I think that's what you're seeing here tonight.
And no seniors up front either. Schneekloth and Mazurek are 2 seniors on defense, and Andy Kohler, we think, is the backup goaltender tonight.
Scarperu will be out of here because of the. Get into that later. He's a junior, but he's actually a senior because he's his 5th year in school.
Corona will bring us what's on tap for intermission 2 here at Mariucci Arena. An interview with Troy Riddle live. He scored the game's first goal. Rob Stauber also will visit with Clay Matvick to talk about the Minnesota goaltending trio. And Doug Woog and I will have highlights and stats through 2 periods of play. So far, all Minnesota, they have a 2-0 lead here in the first game against the Fighting Sioux on Fox Sports Net. We'll be back in a moment.
There's a look at former Hobey Baker winner Rob Stauber, one of the murals here in Mariucci Arena. And of course, Rob, now the goaltending coach for the University of Minnesota. He's joining us now on the intermission report. And Rob, in that first and second period, nice goaltending job by Adam Hauser. Of course, he really hasn't been tested too much tonight.
No, North Dakota's not the team that they were the last couple of years, only 13 shots on goal. But Adam's doing what he has to do, is making the game look simple. It's pretty much what he's done all year.
Travis Weber has done a nice job in a backup role. We saw that especially in the holiday tournament, the Mariucci Classic, stopping 24 of 25 shots against Providence. What do you expect in the second half of the season from a goaltending standpoint?
Well, from a coaching standpoint, you got to have all 3 of them ready. Justin Johnson's performed well, Travis has, and of course Adam has as well. So anyone can get sick, anyone can get hurt, and the key is to have all 3 goalies ready just in case.
Let's talk about North Dakota, the team we're seeing tonight. This is a goaltending situation that's been really hard to figure out, especially if you're Dean Blaze. They've got 3 goaltenders now. Andy Kohler, a senior, he was supposed to be the go-to guy, but we're seeing Josh Seimbida in net tonight.
Well, you know, they lost Carl Gehring. I mean, he was a heck of a goaltender for them for 3 or 4 years, and it's tough to replace. And Andy was kind of a backup there, and you know, he's thrust into the starting job, and there's a little more pressure. It's sometimes a little easier to play in the backup role, and I think that's what is probably the case happening over there with North Dakota this year. And they go out and look for whatever help they can get, and they've tried to do that.
Rob, always good to talk to you. Happy New Year.
Thanks.
Rob Stauber joining us here on the intermission report on Fox Sports Net. After 2 periods of play, the Gophers leading the Sioux 2-0. We're back with stats and highlights next on Fox Sports Net.
Once again, we welcome you back with Clay Matvick and Doug Woog. I'm Frank Mazzacco. We have completed 40. We're about ready to start the final 20 minutes of regulation play. The Golden Gophers and the Fighting Sioux. Minnesota won an earlier meeting this year. 7-5 in the Hall of Fame game. And the Gophers, as you see, have not lost when leading after 2 this year, an 11-0-1 mark. Here's Aaron Schneekloth back to get it.
Good shot by Jeff Tate. Just get the goalie going the other way. Just missed the net.
Long blast from center, and Adam Hauser was out a good 15 feet or maybe 10 feet or so to make that save on that shot by Andy Schneider, the freshman from Grand Forks. And as they jam up in the corner, it comes loose. Talixon nurses it ahead to pull. And now to Jeff Tate, who has really been lighting up the statistics department here, leading all scorers with shots on goal. Hale drops it back. Schneekloth will gather it. Andy Schneider gathers it in. Jason Noterman with a shot right on. And the glove catch by Adam Hauser. He'll hold on. Clay Matvick down at ice level has an update from Don Lucia.
Yeah, I talked to him, guys, between periods and asked him what he thought about going into the third period, how things were going. He said he had a couple of concerns. First being cut down on the turnovers in the middle of the rink. And the third thing that concerned him a little bit was the fact that his team has been showing a little lack of energy at times tonight, guys.
Thanks very much, Clay. That hits her right on the head.
Got it from the horse's mouth.
Paul Martin got it as far as the line. Schneekloth shoots it in. Martin, I think, Doug, has been one of Minnesota's best players on the ice through every game. Easy pick, yeah. But
no, that's good. That's good observation. And again, he doesn't flash, but he makes so many smart plays. And he looks like he's not moving very fast, but he catches guys coming back. If he's just even a half step out of sync, he catches them coming back.
I don't know how you feel, but as a spectator when I watch and I see a guy making a play look easy, that's good.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
And Martin's been that way all night tonight and all season, and we'll go back to last year, etc.
He's got control of his mind and his body. He doesn't get hardly any dumb penalties. On the ice when you need him. That's a big value to Don Lucia.
Kevin Spiewak back to get it. He had a multiple point night against the Golden Gophers in the 7-5 loss when the two teams played in the Hall of Fame game. Scramble at the side, a wrap around, comes right through. It's grabbed by John Weibel, and the Fighting Sioux seem like they want to get to the net with a little more vigor here in this period. Big save, and then a great save by David Lundbaum to knock the puck away. Now brought in by Connolly as he shoots. Big rebound and a goal! Tucked in by Brian Kennedy, the freshman, and the Fighting Sioux cut the lead in half.
Joey Martin got caught up the rink there, which created a 2-on-1 coming back, and they executed it. And their hard rebound off of Hauser's pad went right over, and he popped it right in.
I'll venture to say that's one of the first, maybe the second rebound chances they've had tonight.
See the 2-on-1. Wendell's trying to get back, couldn't quite get there. Not his fault. And the puck goes to Kennedy, and he pops it right in. There it is, a 2-on-1. The shot's taken. Little mishap, so somebody's got to take the loose guy, and that would have been the defender. I think that was Nicky Angel.
All right.
Didn't even sound right, Frank. Now we might have a hockey game again.
Brian Kennedy from Kenai, Alaska. And his fourth goal of the season. A lone assist going to Ryan Connolly.
Frank, I'm going to correct you a little bit. That's a Kenai.
Kenai. Thank you.
Like Kenai Peninsula.
And
they don't have any woodpeckers there.
Thank you. That was my next question. That's a good one. Moose out on that peninsula?
Oh, lots of moose and a lot of bear. A lot of nice salmon in the Kenai River.
Long pass by Missouri. It goes all the way through everybody. This will be icing against the Fighting Sioux at the 3-minute mark. Quite a night for Jeff Tate tonight. 8 shots on goals to lead all shooters. And on our federated leaderboard here, Jeff Tate also leads everybody in the WCHA with game-winning goals. He's got 5. Chris Paradise, Nate DiCasmero in there as well. Alex Kim, and right on the doorstep, Eric Wendell, who has 2. Look at his totals for tonight, Doug. That's amazing.
I know it. He just missed it. If he stays 2-1, he's got another one of those game winners.
Good call. Here's Leopold. And that shot through a screen off a skate or two and into the corner. Back to Barry Talixon. Alex, as many chances as he's had, he's only had one shot on goal. Fighting Sioux continue to come a little harder to the net here in the period, but the Gophers shut him down this time. Cave brings it in, got it to Talixon, and then he is trapped and wrapped up by Andy Schneider. And the Gophers right now, Doug, I think have to be pretty careful here. This lead is cut to 1, and there's a little more jump in the steps. Leopold shot, and that save is made by Seimbida, but he made that one a little bit of an adventure. Television's most unique brand of football commentary airs Sunday with the NFL this morning on Fox Sports Net. This week, Boomer will put the Jets offense under their cyber strainer. Troy Aikman is live from the Meadowlands to preview the Packers and Giants. NFL this morning, it's the pregame show. That's not really a pregame show, but tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central, right here on Fox Sports Net.
Frank, you're right.
Let me add a congratulations to your Boomer, Boomer Woog, Danny Woog, Papa for the first time.
And Jennifer,
thank you.
Lovely wife, and it's Adele.
This happened yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. So the 4th of January is a big day. Now, he said he called brother Steve, and said he's got the center now for the 2 wings that the daughter has. So they got a whole line, but they don't know whether to hold her back for 2 years or accelerate the other 2 young ones.
Breakaway again for Troy Riddle. Bearing down on Seimbida. And Seimbida got the stick out to prevent a good shot on goal.
Heating up here, Frank.
Now Noterman, but Paul Martin steps up and plays the puck in. And David Lundbaum after took a whack from Riddle. Noterman pass up, ill-advised one in front of the net, and now Jones to center. Martin steps in front to make the check, and now Judd Stevens plays it into the Fighting Sioux zone. Pat O'Leary behind the net, he's jammed up by Ryan Hale. And from behind the net, here comes Noterman again. Long pass to the right side, that's off the skate of Ryan Hale. And O'Leary nurses it ahead in the middle of a Fighting Sioux line change. Matt Jones goes across, this is Chad Mazurek. And at the Minnesota line, Jake Fleming gets it back out of the zone. O'Leary pokes it down the rink. Here's Jordan Leopold, the defenseman in the middle of a line change. Back behind the net, turns and shoots the outside of the net. And Jake Fleming, passed there by Hale. Weibel after it, watched by Mazurek. Now Brett McKinnon in after the puck. And there's Nick Fuhr to tie things up in the corner. Weibel gets it out of the corner, no one to pass it to, he takes it back. Now dumps it back behind the goal line, Fuhr after it. Kennedy, who's just made this a 1-goal hockey game, got a piece of it. And the Fighting Sioux finally working to get it to Ryan Connolly. Connolly driving it in from center ice. DeMarkey. Played 5.5 minutes here in this 3rd period. Hale playing it in. It comes down at the feet of DeMarkey. Sidesteps Ryan Beta. And the pass is deflected to Scarperoo. Weibel trying to help out, and it rolls to center.
He was wide open, Scarperoo, if he could control that pass. Would have been 1-0 the goalie.
Scarperoo playing it to the line, and that's off the stick of Beta. But a couple of players wrapped up back out at center. Weibel and Andy Schneider, we might have a penalty or 2 coming up out of that. Second breakaway of the game for Troy Riddle. This time he has robbed the Gophers with a 2-1 lead.
I'll get a little scrum over there. A little pushing and shoving. Right by the referee at him. Otherwise, I don't think maybe he would have called that if the play would have been up and down the rink. But we've got a 4-on-4. First time tonight.
Yep.
We're going to see some open ice hockey.
The 11th and 12th penalties called by a referee, Don Adam, as he is over on the far side of the ice making a little bit of a repair, and John Weibel will cool off a bit.
Picking up some stick splinters over there, Frank, because and the wooden sticks, sometimes they come off and you hit your skate with that, and it's very dangerous. So
very
it's
nasty.
Good job by him.
Here's Paul Martin, elected not to go behind the net to bring it to center. As Doug mentioned, 4-on-4 hockey right here. And the pass or shot towards the net blocked by Jones, and Jeff Cave plays the body. Far side of the rink, and Brian Kennedy to center ice now. They find David Lundbaum. Lundbaum in his sophomore year, he was their top freshman scorer last year.
Got 10, didn't he? I think that's what he bought. He wrapped up 10 goals, I think, Frank.
I'll go with that. What a 4-point night. He had scored points on 4 of the 5 goals that they scored against Minnesota in the Hall of Fame game back on October 5th. Now 2 players locked up, Talixon being one of them, Lundbaum the other. And It's even there, so there were no penalties, and from center ice, Kennedy chips it in, and Judd Stevens will go back for the puck. A little more than a minute to go in this 4-on-4 situation. Jeff Case hits the line. Apparently Jordan Leopold was a fraction ahead on the right side. So we get the stoppage, and Abra will give you a game summary with the Golden Gophers holding the 2-1 edge. Minnesota's goals by Riddle is 9th, and Tafe on the power play. Kennedy has his 4th for the Fighting Sioux. And the freshman goaltender from Porcupine, Ontario, Josh Seimbida, has made 24 saves thus far. Gophers 1 for 5 on the power play. The Fighting Sioux are 0 for 5 with the man advantage. And back into North Dakota territory, this is David Hale. Roll it back around, Ryan Beta. And Chad Mazurek behind the net, trapped there by Riddle. And Scarperud lost it to Markey with a pass intended for Riddle, and then he was upended in front of the net by David Hale. Scarperud again. And to Hale. They squirted around and tried to get it over to Mazurek. Riddle's pass is broken up. And Kowalska can't get it away from Beta. And now Chad Mazurek, Fighting Sioux captain, to center. This is Ryan Beta. At the line, ran right into the marquee. Kowalska back for it. Time's tight checking here. And now to DeMarkey. Along with playback to Doug Moog, I'm Frank Mazzacco. Thanks for joining us here at Mariucci Arena. Game 1 of the 2-game series. Game 2 tomorrow night in the Twin Cities. You'll see it on KSTC Channel 45. DeMarkey got a piece of it as the penalty is over. The 2 penalties, Weibel and Schneider, are both back on as we've just passed the 8-minute mark of the period. Noterman, cross ring pass, it was in the air and knocked out of the air by Martin. Noterman will give chase, and Martin sends it across. Judd Stevens to center. Weibel tried to chip it in and actually puts the puck out of the rink. So the Fighting Sioux have answered with their first goal of the game. They cut the score to 2-1. Back with more in the 3rd period on Fox Sports Net.
Clay Matvick back here at Mariucci Arena. There are 4 players on the ice tonight who have been drafted by the New Jersey Devils. David Hale and James Mason for the Sioux, and Matt DeMarkey and Paul Martin for the Gophers. They were scouted by Ed Tomlinson, who's been with the Devils organization for about 20 years. He lives right here in the Twin Cities. I talked to him today, and he said the Devils are real pleased with their decision to draft all 4 of these guys, but certainly Paul Martin has been the biggest surprise. His improvement from his freshman to sophomore season has been real encouraging, and that's what Ed told me today, guys.
And Clay, did you tell Ed and the Devils to lay off Martin for 2 more years?
Yeah, I emphasize that.
Yeah, okay.
Leave him alone.
I guess we're not supposed to be advocates here, but as a college hockey fan, I sure would like to see him around for a couple more. Maybe follow in the footsteps of Jordan Leopold, who easily could have signed last summer, but stuck around after his All-America year.
I'm going to make one comment here about Eddie Tomlinson. He was involved in a score against St. Lawrence in the finals, and they won their first NCAA in 1959. Eddie Tomlinson.
For the Fighting Sioux.
Yeah, how about that?
Didn't realize that. Nice pass to center and a breakup ice for the Fighting Sioux. A backhand by James Mason and a goal to tie it at 2. Well, there haven't been many defensive lapses. There haven't been that many Fighting Sioux open. I don't know. They've had an odd man rush tonight, but this one ties the game, and that'll make the Devils pretty happy.
Yeah, he showed some moves there. Made a great backhand shot up in the upper corner. Momentum is switched here. Scarborough makes a great pass. Mason picks it up nice and adeptly does that. And not only does he catch the pass well, he puts it upstairs in the roof job of the backhand. Nice play. Adam was out high, didn't quite get over. But he was out there where he was supposed to be when the shooter's coming in.
Mason, his 2nd goal of the year, his 2nd goal in the last 5 games. We told you earlier that Dean Blaze has called him a sniper and admitting right away, look, he only had 1 goal coming in so far, but he can really shoot the puck. That was a dandy backhand.
Frank, this is going to be interesting how it goes here next 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, we'll see how the Gophers answer the challenge. The drop pass for Talixon, and it's just off his stick and out back to center ice. Mason leading the charge. It's tipped at the Minnesota line. It'll be grabbed now by Talixon again.
Perception up here is a little tougher to see where that puck. I thought that puck was going to go into a tough position for the Gophers, but sometimes the angle you get up here, Frank, is a little deceiving.
It can be. And Sneakloth behind the net. Out at Jason Noterman. Big hit at center ice by Troy Riddle. Well, that was a solid hit.
Oh, he put the sting on Noterman.
Now a loose puck to center ice. Grabbed by Kowalska. Potolny heads for the net. And the tip-in doesn't work. Judd Stevens plays it for Kowalska. Kowalska on the backhand. Great control, and the shot goes wide. Here's DeMarkey again. Riddle tries to pop it in front. Chad Mazurek gets the loose puck, brings the Fighting Sioux to center, then throws it away. Potolny turns to bring it back in. Long shot and a rising shot. And it hit the glass, and it comes right back. And Seimbida makes the save on John Weibel. Now a check thrown by Smogard. The puck still in the zone. And they go nearly turn it over to Weibel again. Finally forced it over to the far side. Now brought in by Kennedy. He's shut down by DeMarkey. And that puck is loose dangerously. And Judd Stevens plays it to the rail. And DeMarkey wrapped up and brought down. There'll be a penalty on Kennedy. And that out at center ice would have been ill-advised. And the Gophers will go to a power play. And now Minnesota needs to go to stop the momentum rush to the Fighting Sioux. It's a 2-2 game on Fox Sports Net.
Replay showed Kennedy pulled down to Mark. He reached in, pulled him down right in front of referee Adams. So this is a power play with 8.5 minutes left, Frank. It's obviously a crucial one.
Well, he helped give them some life, scoring his 4th goal of the year to make it a 2-1 game. It's now tied at 2. And that penalty, if the Gophers score, might take a lot of the life out of the Fighting Sioux, but they've certainly played, North Dakota has, much better here in the 3rd period than they did in the first 2.
No question, the steam is in their skates. They're moving them.
Now Potolny played it to Pohl. Paul Martin shooting. Rebound. Seimbida makes 2 big saves. The second on Potolny. Pohl in the corner. He whips it around for Tate. Right up the middle for Potolny again, and he was jammed up. A good defensive play by Matt Jones. Scarperud can't get past Martin. Now at the line, Pohl. Leopold, the one-timer, way wide of the target. Jones tries to drive it out, gets a little help from Beta, and they knock it down the ring.
I'll tell you, Seimbida, I don't know if he got a scholarship coming in, but he's earned one right tonight. He's been a big factor, 31 saves, only 2 goals.
He played 1 game of the GLI, the Great Lakes Invitational last weekend. Won the championship game, made 30 saves, was the only freshman on the all-tournament team. Here's Leopold down low, a big blast and a hard one by Pohl, and Seimbida made that save, and the puck cleared down the ring.
Frank, he moves pretty well laterally. He got beat by Tate, but that was quite a move he had to make across. He's made 2 good ones here where he's come across the crease, moved his feet well. That's one advantage of playing deep in the crease, which he is doing.
And he's playing in control. He doesn't look flustered. He doesn't look out of place in the least. And the pressure will only continue to mount. Less than a half minute in the power play. The Fighting Sioux take it away, and Spivak shoots it down the ring.
Right, sometimes when you're playing goal, and especially in the power play, you're playing against offhanded guys, the deeper you play in the net, the easier to just get back to the pipe, which he showed there.
Here comes Riddle with Kowalska. Centering it, it goes all the way through. Judd Stevens plays it to Riddle. Kowalska behind the net. 6 on the power play. Kowalska waits up the middle. Talixon, second rack. No! Seimbida made 2 big saves.
Oh, boy.
More good chances for Barry Talixon tonight.
Kowalska was patient, Gretzky style, behind the net in the old sanctuary area there, Frank.
That's right, watch him.
Just nobody get at him. Makes a nice little cough pass there, little floater. Talixon got the one forehand, he got the backhand. Now it's smothered in here by Seimbida. Everybody be looking up tomorrow, Frank, where Porcupine, Ontario is. They better look for Timmins.
It's a suburb of Timmins, north of South Porcupine.
Tell you what, he's done a nice job.
Look at the scoring chances, 14-6 favor of the Gophers. Half of their shots on goal have come on power play chances. They have but one power play goal. It's a 2-2 game. And now the intensity in this rivalry is rejuvenated after a very lackluster second period. Markey back to get it. 5 skaters aside. The pass to center ice, and Wendell crosses the red line, dumps it in. Seimbida behind the net to shoot it around. Just out of the reach of Smogard. Martin keeps it alive. Smogard tips it in front, and it's taken away by Andy Snyder. Now wrapped off the stick by Wendell and back deep in the zone. David Hale over to get it again. Knocked down at center ice. Martin, nice pass to Talixon, who brings it in. Chased into the corner, centers it. And it's taken away by Lundbaum to bring it to center ice for the Fighting Sioux. He comes ahead with Kennedy with the crisscross. Lundbaum open for the shot, and it's turned away by Hauser. This is Talixon. Leopold has a bit of a problem. Now back for Talixon. He dumps it in. And Seimbida leaves it at the side for Aaron Schneekloth. 5.5 minutes to go in regulation play here in a tie game. Leopold driving it around. Kennedy after it, so is Paul, so is Judd Stevens, and the Fighting Sioux had the last touch and got it out of the zone. That was Jason Noterman. Talixon back to center. Dumps it in. Seimbida behind the net leaves it for Schneekloth. Now they nearly gave it away to Tafe. Talixon stepping up to keep play alive. And from behind the net was Zurich. Cole went down. Doug, I wasn't sure if he was checked or not.
Yeah, you got to interfere with, but Adam just let it go. That's fine.
Non-scoring chance. Here comes Spiewak. And the check by Judd Stevens to shut it down. Now Leopold with a rolling puck behind the net. He was tied up. Cole decides to fire it to center. Stepping across, Jones to pick it up. Waits for the zone to clear, then dumps it in. It got away from Hauser. It gets away from Leopold. Up on the far side, Bochenski moves in. A backhand tried out by Scarperoo. Up the middle for Hale. He shot it high and wide.
Oh, boy.
Scarperoo behind the net. Is there?
Look out.
They score! And take the lead. Rally from 2 goals down to lead 3-2.
I tell you, they put the pressure on the Sioux, and Beta just hung right off the crease on the weak side. Puck came around, got to him, and he had nothing but net in front of him. The happy Sioux fans there. Ryan Beta, big timer, hard-working young kid, comes through for the Sioux. Watch the effort here in front. Watch number 19. He hangs around off that right post. Just hangs there. Puck finally comes, and boom, it's in. It was in the net, on the netting before Hauser even knew he shot the puck.
And Adam Hauser helpless on that one and didn't know where it was.
Well, Frank, I'll tell you another thing. Minnesota's kind of gone to a 2-line thing here, and now they're deep into the game. 4 minutes left. Can they have enough stamina to rally to get some forechecking going?
Bochenski gets the second assist. Scarperoo the first assist, and Bochenski was a big factor in that goal at 15:44. Now the Gophers need to rally, and this long shot by Patolny is stopped by Seimbida. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the third period. North Dakota 3, Minnesota 2 here on Fox Sports Net. She's a darling. That's the newest Boomer Roog's baby, and his wife Jennifer, you say?
Yes, right.
And this is young Adele, born yesterday. That's a healthy look. That's a good size there, Doug.
Well, the trip is magnified, but
What was she?
6'4", not 6'4".
6 pounds 4?
Yeah, not 6 foot 4 inches.
Oh, I thought it was closer to 10. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. We got a big game. Thank you, guys, and that'll make some people happy at the hospital.
Here's Markey from behind the net. He'll start to move it up the middle. Gofer now down by a goal. Have lost only once on home ice this year at the St. Cloud as it's centered by Riddle, but swept away by Schneekloth. Now the Fighting Sioux. All they need to do is be protective. But they came out in this period and played a good, strong, aggressive 15 minutes and 44 seconds. And in that span, they erased the Minnesota lead and have taken the lead now 3-2.
Well, I'll tell you, they've earned every piece of the real estate they've gotten in this third period. They didn't quit, Frank. Kept working.
From center, Judd Stevens, and now Smogard had to go off his stick and it's played back to center. And Judd Stevens will bring it back in. And back out at center ice.
They're just playing pool right now. Just bank it out over the blue line. Force force the Gophers to go back, waste some more time. This will not get all the way down, Frank.
This third period in this game is one of the examples of why league play is so tough. Just when you thought Minnesota was in a sleepwalk here, maybe they were, and it had a 2-0 lead, and even the Fighting Sioux really weren't awake after 2. But suddenly they're in position, a 9-9 team now this year, in position to come up with a road win.
Well, Minnesota relies a lot on the power play. North Dakota does not get much success, and it's kind of worked out against the Gophers. They're like 1 for 7 or 1 for 6 tonight.
1 for 6 tonight. Here's Beta waiting for the puck. Now Scarperud darting after the loose puck. He's got a man open in front. It's Bochenski. Hauser made the save, couldn't control the rebound, but the Gophers will get it from behind the net. This is Paul Martin. Gets a return pass and not a center. Right side for Cole, but it was tipped. It was knocked out of the air by Beta. Good play by Ryan Beta. And Angel back to get it. Has trouble with it. Off the glass, gets it to center. Beta knocks it down once more. And they play it back in. Fighting Sioux now a minute 40 away from the victory. And here comes Martin. Cole, a big hit at center. He threw it. No interference there. Hale throws it around. Cole after the loose puck. At the point to Markey. Long shot, big block. It's still in the zone, I guess. And now grabbed by Sneakloff. And he plays it back out. And whistles are hard to come by here in the later minutes of the period. Leopold to Tate. We'll keep an eye on Hauser. Leopold brings it in. The drop to Kowalska. Hauser heads to the net for an extra skater just as the puck is turned over. Norderman shoots and scores. And there's quite a roar from the Fighting Sioux fans here at Mariucci Arena.
Well, they never got a chance to get a stoppage of play. Never got a chance to get the goalie out early. And Norderman shoots it from about 45 feet. It was a 3-on-1. It's kind of surprised he took the shot. Doesn't make any difference now. He finds the open twine. But the Gophers did not generate, did not get the puck in deep, did not contain the Sioux in their own end.
As we give you a quick revisit to our Hardy's game plan, with the Golden Gophers needing to maintain some excellence in goal. 3 given up by Hauser here in the third. And Seimbida has certainly been consistent with his 33. And how about those numbers? You better not let them fool you, as the Fighting Sioux are on the verge of their 5th straight win, all on the road. And they'll go above 500 for the year. Not in the league, but overall they'll be above 500.
Frank, and it's 35 shots for the Gophers, 22 shots for the Sioux.
That's
Again,
another.
It's another number.
Don't let it fool you.
Tell you, you've got to give those guys credit from the Sioux. They come into this building. Minnesota's been ranked number 1, number 2, number 3 all year. North Dakota was only up there at the beginning of the season on predictions in history, and they've come in and they've fought hard, battled, worked their way, got goaltending. No question they got goaltending tonight. Seimbida only given up 2. He's got 35 saves, Frank. That's a heck of a hockey game, and not a lot of those are easy. He had to make some saves on rebounds, where on the other end, the Gopher end, it wasn't rebound plays that beat Hauser. They were the one-on-ones, the first shot plays.
Good point there.
And I'm criticizing Adam, but we didn't finish on the rebounds. They put their first shot in. That made the difference. 1 minute left here,
well,
60 seconds.
They also had 13 shots on goal in that second period when they didn't score. I thought the Gophers answered the bell quite nicely tonight. They had a goal at 1:57, and then their second goal by the halfway point of the first period. But then we're into a lull for a while, and the Fighting Sioux were able to get that second win, or maybe even for them, their first win tonight here in the third period.
Gophers didn't put that 3-0 stake in them when they had a chance in the power plays. I mean, you go back, Tafe missed some chances where he had great plays. He just kind of, in the second period, was a lullaby, and it didn't help the Gophers. So that's why we're looking at a 2-goal deficit late in the game.
60 seconds to go. They're going to pull Hauser again. Noderman couldn't get control, and now Leopold plays it back in. Once more, 6 skaters for the Gophers. Martin to drive it around. Tafe behind the net, right in front. Kowalska, second try, won't go. Leopold, big save by Seimbida. Down to a half minute to go. They're getting chances. Seimbida the save. Fighting Sioux get the puck to Noderman. Back to Hale. Held up by Leopold. the shot, but precious few seconds remaining in a 2-goal cushion, and they can't get it to Riddle, but he did tip it.
Frank, he's going to have 40 saves if they start putting him up on the board. He had 35 before that flurry.
Wraparound try by Riddle, came across the goal mouth, down to 4 seconds, one more shot and a goal! Leopold! Just over 2 seconds officially to go. It's a 1-goal game. Is there enough time? Not too likely.
No, there's not enough time. And it's a historic moment there with Leopold's goal, Frank. Unfortunately, it's going to come in the losing effort.
And you're exactly right there, Doug, as he makes the climb up among the top scoring defensemen in Golden Gopher history, as he joins Mike Crowley and Tony Kellen with 37 career goals by a defenseman, having surpassed now Chris McAlpine and Travis Richards, but a bittersweet goal with 2.8 seconds left. And will they won't even get the shot off as the Fighting Sioux, with a big rally, turnabout being fair play the Gophers. Had a 4-goal rally in the 3rd period of the Hall of Fame game. And now, Doug, this one means more.
This one does
This is a conference game. Josh Seimbida, the freshman goaltender, was the winning goaltender in the GLI championship game a week ago. He is our ING player of the game with 34 saves tonight against the Golden Gophers. Remember, he just joined this team on December 27th, had his first start on December 29th. His second start tonight, he's got 2 wins. We'll put a wrap on this one and set the stage for the rematch tomorrow in Game 2 in a moment here on Fox Sports Net.
Team, but this year was going to be different. A mass defection had left the Sioux with the team consisting mostly of freshmen and sophomores. Time for payback, right? Guess again. The Gophers came out tonight like gangbusters. Sophomore Troy Riddle on the break. Riddle goes top shelf for his 9th goal of the season. 1-0 Gophers. Minutes later, it's junior Jeff Tafe one-timing the pass from Johnny Pohl. It's a power play goal. Tafe's 17th, and it's 2-0 after 1. But as the Gopher offense shut down, the Sioux come to life. Brian Kennedy's rebound goal cuts it to 2-1 in the 3rd. Then it's James Masson beating Adam Hauser off the break. 2-2 in the 3rd. But they're not done. Ryan Beta stuffs in a puck. Hauser never even sees, completing the Sioux uprising. The two teams trade late goals in a 4-3 Fighting Sioux victory and a heartbreaking setback for the Gophers.
You know, actually the scoring opportunities tonight were probably 2-1, but they were good. They were able to hang in there after 2 periods, and their goaltender gave them that opportunity. And then, to their credit, they made the plays in the 3rd period.
Other games involved